Greetings, and once again, welcome back to the Insanity. In our last episode, we started a huge refactoring project. Very huge. Or, well, we kind of started off small, but it will be huge for sure. Namely, this area. Because we are going to need to get rid of... What? Oh, come on. We sort of need to make space for the rails, essentially. And that's why I decided to start moving things. But because these robots are fairly slow at moving things, I'm going to help them out a bit. Which has the added benefit, apparently, that they are giving me stuff. However, it seems like they have stolen a storehouse from me. But, oh well, This is clay. I don't need to store that much clay. I can just use a regular fast inserter. And it seems like we're going to need a bit of electricity around, although I should really use those bigger electric poles, but what's done is done. So, please tell me that you are able to... Nope, not yet. Oh dear, I really need some more simple circuit boards. Which is something we are going to hopefully fix in this episode, because I do have a bit of a plan. Okay, good, now this is working again. And I believe we have some extra ground samples around here. Excellent. Here, have some clay, because I certainly don't want it. Here, have some rich clays, because I don't want that either. Very well. Now that that's taken care of, we are going to visit our mall. Because I have found a bit of a problem over there, and we're also going to dump off a couple of things over there just to make some room in this inventory, so that we don't have to carry around everything all the time. Take some latex, take these, take fish, take seaweed, take iron, take soil. I don't need the niobium pipes at the moment. Wood, who needs wood anyway? Yeah, take these trees as well. Here you can, a little construction robot can start working. Okay, I think this should have cleaned things up a bit. Take these poles as well, because I don't want them. Now, as for the bug, we have a red wire over here, which is not passing through this warehouse, which leads to every time we are missing copper plates, for example, we are making a request for copper plates. So we have quite a lot of both copper plates and lamps in this place, apparently. And I will be reusing these lamps. So now this mall requester should not request stuff as often, hopefully. I believe that what's missing at the moment in the mall is iron and steel and probably as soon also simple circuit boards. There is something we will do to help fix the iron problem. And by fixing it, I mean fixing it for real this time, sort of, at least. Here, have some lamps. And please give me some simple circuit boards, thank you, because those are usually useful. Why can't I make... Okay, I need more iron. Do we have some iron or iron plates here? Yes, thank you. Alright. Now let's go... Where is this going? I don't want to go there, I would like to go here. Because in the last episode we changed this little tar provider. Or rather we changed it from a tar requester to a tar provider. However, it's even more helpful if we actually start pumping in some more tar to it. Because we have a huge container over here, containing lots and lots and lots and lots of tar. So might as well use it. And this should help sending requests more often to the area where we need the tar to produce coal gas and syngas. Good, that's also already quite a bit of things done. Now we have to check here a bit. We are not doing so well when it comes to quartz. And we are running out a bit of molten glass. And in order to fix this, we are going to say hello to this little thing over here. And in order to mine this, we will need a crystal mine. And this is just to sort of help us get some more ores, some more quartz ores. I need to fix some landfill and some train stations or something. I haven't used any landfill for a while, so I think we should have quite a bit of it now. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Don't need very much of it, I think. And then we're going to fix some trains, rails. Because I only have 121 of them, and that's not a lot. Oh look, more simple circuit boards. Yes, please. Thank you, rails. Nope, that's not where I want to go. This is where I want to go. And then we should just provide this to LTN. The quartz ore that we have over here. Which is quite a bit of quartz ore, to be honest. And also, I think this rail crossing deserves to be filled in a bit better. I don't know where my car is exactly, so I will just be doing this manually. What? This doesn't... Oh, crap. This doesn't work because this is a big quartz vein and not anything else. And in order to get quartz from a big quartz vein, I believe I probably need something else. I need a quartz mine, which I can't build, so I'll have to fix that some other way if that becomes a problem. I did not plan for that. I thought this would be possible, but it's not. Very well, that's one thing we can cross off the to-do list in that case. Annoying, but what do you do? So instead, we are going to fix the other things on the to-do list, naturally, which starts around here somewhere. Because as you have probably noticed, the food for the augs is not very fast. It's actually pretty darn slow. And the reason for this is because we are missing moss. So, as one of the titles was for one of the earliest episodes, we must have more moss. And for that we need some more soil, but luckily we know where to fix that. Because in order to fix more moss, I will be changing this recipe and to a recipe that will require some stone. And in order to fill up with some stone when needed, we will basically use the good old-fashioned way. Do we have some water around? We do, actually. Not too far away. Okay, that should be that, and then we should have some stone from here. And this will produce tailings, which we already have quite a bit of. And yeah, actually we We have a pipe right above us for tailings, so that's good. Then I can just use that pipe instead of flushing it. There we go. Isn't it nice when it works out like that? So then what we need is just a couple of inserters, as usual. And then these inserters will be producing stone, which we will feed into these moss production machines. And right, we need a bit of soil in order to fix another moss farm. Moss farm, thank you. Might as well grab some more while I'm at it. Running out of belts. Did I say... I said belts again, didn't I? I'm pretty sure I did say I said belts. Obviously I meant pipes. Running out of pipes. Oh dear. Obviously I did not want to do that. Thank you. Okay, now if you would please just give me some moss here, so that I can kickstart this thing, I would be very grateful. Which one will be first? I think this one. Pretty much at the same time, but the top one was a bit faster. So as you see already, we have plenty of stone here and plenty of soil, so that was easily fixed. And this should hopefully make us a lot more oak food. But just to be safe, more or less, I'm gonna make another one. And for that I will be needing 15 moss. Nope. Thank you. 15 moss, there you go. And just a few belts. There we go, that should definitely help getting more moss, which should definitely give us more oak foods. Now I'm going to go to my parking for just a little bit, because I think it's time to start exploring some new things. There are still some other things that I plan on actually doing in this episode, but I would very much like my robots to start filling up. So what I will be taking a look into is, this is just like to have a plan for things, is the next science pack, which will probably be the Pi science pack, but I will also be looking into the chemical science pack. And I don't want to use that recipe for the chemical science pack, please. Chemical. Wait a minute. Chemical science. Do we only have one recipe for that? Yeah, exactly. Chemical science pack. This is the recipe I'm looking for. Oh, contain, actually. Chemical. Nicasium. What? Not quite sure what that is, but I'm pretty sure I can't really produce it for quite a while. Exactly. I would just like one of these. I'm not having too many. I'm not expecting too much at the moment, and I think that we will go for the Pyth science pack first. Plastic bar, we have it. A poor alien sample, not a problem. Glassware, check. Moss, yes. So there's 4 things we don't know here about. Now there's a multitude of more things we don't know anything about. And for this, I think that the first recipe we will be getting, okay, we will actually be getting 2 of them at the same time. And we are going to need some paragen as well, so we'll just go with this one. Okay. Now for the flavonoids, probably. Okay, this doesn't seem too bad, because we want to get some farming of Yaedals anyway, probably. So cotton gut, that's something we will be farming eventually. Glassware biosample, not a problem. Cytostasics, whatever that is. Okay, we do have 2 different recipes. Let's use this one. The only thing I don't recognize is this, and Jesus Christ, this is going to need naphtha and wax and another flower, naturally, because why wouldn't it? These recipes are very similar, but I'm going to go with this one. Naphtha, wax, I will ignore that because we are going to get that anyway, most likely. Thessaline? Okay, that doesn't seem that complicated actually. So, now, what things do we not recognize here? Optical fiber. Iron niobium coating. Iron niobium alloy. Okay. Kevlar coating. Copper coating. Cladded core. For everything you open up here, you need 3 more things. Basically. Cladding. Niobium complex, I think we have that. Nitrobenzene. I don't know what this is, but okay, we actually can get that. Okay, so then the rest of the stuff. Glass core? Silver? Okay, which we can get from lead dust, which we can get from lead grade 3. Okay, so I will just ignore the silver thing because we will fix that eventually, probably anyway. Aramid fiber. Okay, only one thing we don't recognize, or at least that I don't recognize. Nichrome liquid nitrogen. Okay, gasoline I kind of recognize. I've seen that before a couple of times. So I will not be expanding that one further. Now we are still having a bit of a lot of things here. Let's take a break and look into the chemical science pack. Optical fiber. Okay, we've seen them already in the other one. Good alien sample, complex circuit board, stainless steel. That's something I'm very much interested in. And yeah, of course, I would like the best recipe. And look at that. Here we have the aramid fibers as well. I had a feeling something would show up more than once. So that can be fixed as part of that process in that case, which is beneficial. Do we see anything super strange here? I don't think so. So good. And now what's the next super strange thing here? Good alien sample. And complex circuit board. Plastic bar. Poor alien sample, glassware, biosample, DNA, primers, microfiber. Colex milk for I don't even know where to start. I don't know where to start. Which is just why I'm mainly just looking at this at the moment. I'm not really planning on getting anywhere with this just yet. How are we doing, robots? Have you given me anything? My patience is running out, kind of. Okay, so yeah, let's continue. What I would like to do next is, while I would love some science, that's not gonna happen obviously anytime soon. So the idea now is to just first check on these things. I think they are doing quite well. We are getting, our power is much better now than it has been for quite a while. We could definitely use another one of these Typhoon base, but that's not why I'm here at the moment. I am here because I would like some urea. Why do I have urea over there? Why am I importing urea over here? I am planning on exporting it instead. Because we are making urea over here. This naturally needs Sogna bacteria, which the production of is not too great at the moment, which is why I'm planning on creating more of these. And honestly, the biggest problems are the lamps, and mostly probably because of the glass at this point. See, we are missing simple circuit boards. The reason why I would like some urea over here, oh boy, come on, is basically because oh dear, I don't have any belts. It's basically because we need the urea for the simple circuit board production and the niobium plates, but the niobium plates can sort of deal with themselves. The niobium plates are not important at the moment. Please prioritize the left. Good. Now please connect a red wire here and tell me when urea is less than 0. Which, believe it or not, it will be very soon. And this is a quite popular thing, so I will be needing 2000 of it, please. Now you may take all the urea from over here and just put it onto this belt. Because it was a mistake to have it here, basically. Liquid manure will not be much of a problem because we have manure in this area. Sogna bacteria is a problem, but I will not be making it here. I will be making it somewhere else, basically. And there's not much urea made in this process, or required in this process, I mean. So that part should be quite safe. Have I mentioned how much I love these Nixley tiles? Because I do, very much. Now, ideally, I kinda also would like to export one other thing here. And that's bone meal. Bone meal can be made directly from caged oak. I just need a slaughterhouse, which I probably can't make because I don't have the iron. Actually, I don't have the circuit boards. Oh dear. I'll just park there a little bit. Do I have any circuit boards? Thank you very much. Okay, robots, come. You have a lot of stuff for me here? Yes, okay, then I'll just help you by standing closer. Thank you, robots. Now, let's hope I can make a slaughterhouse. And I can. Oh dear. Well, at least it's easier to drive a train than driving a car, so that's good. So this will require caged oaks. So naturally it should be built next to this one, most likely. And then I would like to have a splitter. And also I would like to have a bit of more belts. Ah, come on. Okay, go over there then. So if bone meal is less than 0, which it will be soon. My next victim is an Aug, and I would like to make bone meal. Thank you. Now that that's done, thus far at least, I would like to request it over here. I should probably make an Nexelite blueprint at some point. Bone meal. Minus 1000. What is this provider threshold set to? 200. Good. Might actually want to decrease it even more, because this is for sure going to take a while. Especially considering we are missing titanium. As soon as I have finished these two current researches, I am planning to get started with more titanium. Sand, iron, and wood. Damn it. Very well, that's not where my train is. So now I would like very much to go to this area, I believe. I need more Sogna bacteria at the moment, which is why I'm going here. What do I need to make the Sogna bacteria? Or rather, which machine do I need? I need an incubator. And for that I need to go and pick up Nexelite, iron and plastic. Iron should be fairly easy. That train could have went the other way, which would have probably killed us. I think I have some plastics around here somewhere. And look at this, we have some Nexelite plates. Okay, incubator, that's what I want to make. Nope. Thank you. Incubator. Two of them maybe. We will not be fixing this rails at this point. But hopefully we'll get to it someday. Go to my parking because that's the space closest to the production of Sogna bacteria. So, Sogna bacteria, I think we have it. Ah, here it is. This is the machine that I'm looking for. And in order to scale this, it's going to be a mess. That's for sure. And speaking of mess, here we have an old production of oaks and stuff. And I kinda want to get rid of that now. So please take a pump and pump the fluid in this direction. Thank you very much. Because now we are going to request urea over here. Nope, that should be here. That must be there. So we need urea to go into this thing over here. And that can come from the south side. And I believe that we might have an opening somewhere over here. Yes, this is actually a good spot. The only problem is that we don't have a requester here. So that's that's very bad. While I could make a long belt from the closest existing requester, I will not be doing that. Because that would be bad. That would be very, very bad and inefficient. Oh, come on. So instead, what I'm going to do is to make another train station over here. And here we have a crossing eventually. Maybe we can make use of that. Maybe we can make use of that, because where there is a crossing... there should essentially be a train station possibility. And this might look extremely horrifying. And it kinda is. Okay, radar, as long as you are still in the same chunk, you should be fine. So we can easily move you. And then let's see what we can do. Naturally, this existing logistic train stop is very much in the way. Do we have room here for 2 logistic train stops? Not at the moment. That's for sure. I'm kinda improvising here, I must say. I didn't really plan for this. I thought it would be easy to just fit another train stop in, but obviously it's not. And okay, I guess that it's time to just refactor a bit more things. Not exactly what I planned, but this is a mess. What is this? This is a pressure pump. That should be quite easy to move. So let's just move those over here, which should make room for a bit bigger train station. Ah, this was not my plan at all, but it kind of feels necessary still. Wait a minute. If you are going to provide these fiberboards, you might as well do so where there is a train station. It usually helps to provide things at a train station. No, of course not. Okay, this will be interesting, to say the least. Yeah, let's put it up here. Eventually, at some point, I plan on naturally fixing this mess and make a proper crossing and everything. But for now, we have a bit of chaos, essentially. Please make this a multi-provider. And please stop using these bloody old poles. Oh, that was already placed. Okay, sure. I think this is Old Center West fiberboard provider. Sounds accurate. Now, where are the actual fiberboards? Here they are. And then can we please just copy this setting and put it over there and have an inserter. I am aware that I don't have any entrance here yet, but hopefully we are going to fix that. But first I would like to copy this and paste it here. Thank you. Oh boy. Okay, now we can get rid of this one. Now we can get rid of this one. And some poles. Very easy to just accidentally pick up those robots. Fiberboards go into there. good. Now that that's out of the way, we need to ensure that this has some kind of way to get onto this. Which will happen like that for the time being. And some signals. Good. I think this might work, and I think I might now have room for another train station here, which was kind of the point in the first place. And this should be an Old Center West and an item requester. One of these. Okay, let's see, I think it's this one. Please put one of those there, thank you. And when it's a requester, you should take out everything, and you should be requesting urea, I think. I think that's why I'm doing this. I might be wrong at the moment, honestly. And when it's a requester, you should have a maximum train length of 2 as usual. And then you should have a provide threshold of 10 million. Just so that you don't provide anything. And then you should have some electricity apparently. And now I think you are kind of plugged in. So then the question is, how do we get the urea to where it needs to be? I think that we by now can remove this old belt, because we are not planning on using that. We can even shorten this and save a bit of space, get back this slaughterhouse. We can ignore this. This one can remain for a little while. And okay, I should probably just let the robots deal with that. Okay, so things got much closer suddenly. Now then, please. Here is a good spot. Just go into that belt, because this is the urea belt. Thank you very much. And then, oh look, we are getting a request. How nice. We are getting a request from a train station that should obviously change name. It's providing us with 201. It's not a lot, but it's a start at least. Ooh. Refactoring things like this is kind of annoying. But I'm sure it will be very useful eventually. Now robots, please deconstruct things here. I can help you out with this splitter because that's important to restore afterwards. Okay, now then. We are not using any manure from over here at the moment. Don't tell me that you have. Of course you have. Of course you have a bloody large amount of caged oaks here. Because why wouldn't you? Because once upon a time I used to make something completely different here, but I'm not doing that anymore. So please cut off these providers. Cut off the things that is providing resources here. Because I would like to get rid of this. Didn't I just empty my inventory? Kind of. Okay, let's put out these incubators. Which was the plan for a little while ago. And this is gonna look horrifying. Okay. We have a pipe here at the bottom, which seems useful. Then we just need to make sure that we get some materials up here. Of course, I knew that would happen. Here, take these lamps. Do something useful with them. You didn't make them, but you can make stuff with them. Can we move this a little bit? Just so that it's slightly out of the way. And then we could do something like this. See? Perfect. Sort of. Wood. Well, we just happen to have that above here. Didn't even need to plan for that. It was just there. And pressured air. 50 over 5 seconds. And this is 20 over 1 second. So one of these can most likely provide 2 of these. I'm a bit worried that I happen to have some pressure pumps on me. But it's entirely possible that maybe I made them earlier. Or at some point. Let's just use all of them at this point. Thank you, pressure pumps. Now would you be so kind as well and come over here somewhere? Where you can be even more useful. And there we go, that should provide us with quite a bit of Sogna bacteria. Where is this? Where is everything coming from? Where's my car also? There it is. Found it. We seem to be having quite a bit of free space over here, so that seems perfect for some next lead tiles. Okay, maybe the space wasn't as free as I was hoping it would be. Greetings, car. I think it's time we just put out this landfill to get rid of it. That was quick. Not that I'm complaining. Oh, of course we should have put it out over here where we actually are going to need a crossing. Yes, let's work on some infrastructure. Speaking of infrastructure, perhaps we should stop killing it. Now, as you might see over here, the iron production has picked up because we are now getting some more titanium. Remember that this requester over here has a quite low requesting priority. It has a requesting priority of -1, so most of the other things, most of the other train stations will be getting their items first before this one. So iron is not a problem, basically. What is a problem, however, is finding our way through the poles, and most likely the problem now is simple circuit boards. At least the problem for the mall, that is. Already out of it? Sure thing. Okay. Now the question is which kind of rail crossing to have, and I think I will be going for this one in this position. Do we have coverage over here? Most likely not. Very well, that's okay. It's not an important intersection at this point. I mainly wanted to mark it for the future. Look, we're getting more urea. Thank you very much. So now we can work on removing quite a lot of stuff over here. We can just mainly move the important things or delete the important things. And then we'll get back and let the robots deal with the rest. And what do I mean by important things? I mean the inserters taking things in, and naturally these machines. So many things. Oh, of course. Small electric poles, no thanks. Inserters, we can actually make something out of those inserters. Sinkhole, we don't need it. Soil, we don't need it at this time. So this already is paddocks, which should be moved. And we also kind of need to request some bone meal over here. I just realized. Oh boy, come on. So where to request the bone meal? Where to request the bone meal? Don't we have a requester over here? Yes, this is requesting. Where do we need the bone meal? Over here. So this seems to be a good spot for a splitter. Then please put bone meal on the left side. And then these bone meals go over here. Yes, good. So that means that I will be needing filter inserters here for the wood. And then I will also be needing filter inserters for the bone meal. And in order to make it easier for me, I should naturally put the bone meal inserter on this side, so that these two belts can join forces safely and items still come to the same side. Now this one should also have a provider threshold of 10 million. And we finished our research, that's good news. And then this should have a bone meal requester of minus 1200 or something. Good. Please have this wood. So now I might as well actually run over here, because why take the train? And then we will put up some more paddocks. And then we should just make it a bit more beautiful over here. Ah, or maybe not. There we go. Have this moss. And then you need some cages, but hopefully we should be getting some cages here really soon. Once I tell one of these that you made this, or actually it wasn't you, but maybe it was, I don't know. I don't care who made it, now you can have it. Because all those cages will be re-entering the system. And then I would probably like to prepare for having another row of these. Kind of like that. Or even like that. And because I'm starting to get lazy, I'm gonna let robots finish this job. Let's see, in order to fully cover the area, we first need to have a roboport over here. And then, in order to fully cover the area, let's have a roboport over here. And I'll just help out getting these started, up and running, because these machines don't exist in the logistic network. There we go. Oh, come on. Okay, sure. Perfect, isn't it? It's splendid. We are ordering robots to do stuff. Okay, and naturally I haven't still fixed everything I was planning on doing. Because there's one more thing I really would like to get done. Let's see if we can get it done somehow, quite easily, hopefully. Expanding the next lead tile network is just a side product of it. So what I would like to do is to start making fertilizer. Fertilizer needs biomass, manure and bacteria. And I think a perfect way to have that production is here. Fluidized bed reactor. So how about we make a splitter like over there, and then we would only like the biomass. We would, however, very much like some transport belts. Well, not a pulp mill. Fluidized bed reactor. This recipe, please. Bacteria can enter from anywhere, absolutely anywhere. Then there's 2 item inputs and 1 item output. That's one item input. Now where is the manure? I don't have any manure over here. Yeah, here I have it. Okay, so we need just to expand this belt, go around a little bit, and over here. So 10 manure, 5 seconds. That's a bit too much, I think, for one inserter to handle. Unless, of course, it's a fast inserter and we have items on the same belt. I like big, better electric poles. Now, is this enough? I think it is. Perfect. Then let's move you somewhere. I need more belts. Now there's something that might be said for having this condition earlier. Like over here. If we would place this condition over here instead, we can... Okay, that one is done, good. So when we have that condition over here, we don't need to also have a condition over here. In fact, we don't need one of these belts at all anymore. Because you can just go onto that one. Which saves us some belts, which allows us to put out this fertilizer belt. Which allows us to use a condition also for this. Fertilizer less than 0. I'm pretty sure that some of these things are going to have a production problem because there will be something that will need scaling, which might make a mess. How about having 1,000 fertilizer here? Or 1,500. Good. We are producing fertilizer. This will be incredibly useful at some point. Mostly to make logs a lot faster. And honestly, it's not a lot of fertilizer we will need. What we currently seem to need is more manure, but it's possible that maybe that's... Nope, that's not what... This should not be called... This is an item requester. AUG products, because this is the southern part of the AUGs. Let me guess, you don't have a reasonable name either. Of course you don't. You are a blood provider. You are a Sogna bacteria requester. And you are an item provider. Good. I'm sure this will cause a production problem at some point. Well, it maybe already have, actually, to be honest. Because we don't seem to be getting a lot of manure at this point. How are we doing up here? Yes, this is a bit of a problem. Because this one is set to provide 1000 at a time. Okay, it seems like we had a short... We were lacking oak food for a bit. Now, however, we have a oak food delivery, which should help things speed along. This oak power production is a bit shaky, it seems, but it's working every now and then, and when it's working, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Can highly recommend that. So, we fixed the fertilizer. We have scaled up the Sogna bacteria production. We are exporting urea and bone meal. One of the next steps, I believe, will be to get some more tar, which I just suspect we might need. I just want to position myself closer to some provider chests. Or actually, most of the things I need at this point might be from the mall. Yes, let's head to the mall. Because over here, where we have the most of the tar usage, we are getting some tar from this drilling fluid type 2, which is nice and all, but the problem is at the moment that this requires a drill head. Because we don't have that much titanium, which you can see here. In fact, we are already out of it. So if we can get tar from some other place would be nice, and one of the options is small parts and drilling fluid. And that's drilling fluid type 1, which is essentially free to make. It just requires sand and soil and clay. Clay just requires steam, soil and sand just requires electricity. And then 50 drilling fluid will make 100 tar, and 100 tar can make... Most of it will probably go to coal gas. So we need 250 tar to make 200 coal gas. And then 200 coal gas will make a bit of ores. Mostly iron ore. So then the drill heads can be used directly for the iron ore instead of being used elsewhere. And of course we might want to check out some other options for coal gas. Maybe especially this one, which uses low distillates. But low distillates uses a shit ton of oil things, and I don't really have... I mean, I barely even understand what half of this is. I know that high distillates can be made into condensed distillates and stuff. Petroleum gas processing stage 2. Sure, why not? Sounds useful actually. And yeah, then I can make condensated distillates into a number of things, of course, and this is where everything is just getting so confusing, but it can become both aromatics and hydrogen, which might be quite interesting. And it can even become petroleum gas at a later stage, somehow, or somewhere in the future, maybe. And it can become syngas, which is actually one of the other things we would like to have. Because these fluids are essentially our resource base at this moment. And iron plates are one of our most valued resources. And as you can see, we didn't have a lot of it for quite a while. And now we are producing quite a bit. So, yeah. Oh, damn, that's yet another long episode. Oh, come on, am I still in my train? I didn't mean to still be in my train. Go to my parking. This is what happens. Now go to the mall, I mean. This is what happens when you forgot to leave the train. I arrived at approximately the same time as the train. Okay, that's it for this episode. Thank you as always for watching, and see you next time.